Hello, this is Gary Carman, 1999 World Champion, and you're listening to Radio Free Decipher.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another installment of Radio Free Decipher. This is Evan coming to you from Norfolk again, and today I'm sitting with Kendrick.
Hey, Evan. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. Excited today.
Yeah? What's on your mind today?
Well, just there's a buzz going around the office. We're moving stuff and some computers getting switched and people coming into different offices and just doing neat stuff. But in addition to that, there's a lot of Jedi Knights activity going on.
A whole lot of Jedi Knights activity. In fact, that's why Kyle is not on today.
That's
He's
right.
out
He's busy
working on Jedi Knights stuff.
That's right. Well, maybe that would lend itself to let the listeners think that I'm not working on Jedi Knight stuff, but which is certainly not the case. However, Kyle is really busy today, so
I actually got to you in your office today just after you'd hung up working on it.
Yep.
I'm covering you now, man.
Yep, that's right. So anyway, the office is full of Jedi Knight activity.
So why don't we talk about some of that? Of course, we're building up to the release on April 25th. That's just about 9 work days from now, I believe, if I've been watching my countdown well. 8.
Yep.
Oh,
8.
8. That's just too cool.
Yeah, it's coming quickly.
There are actually cards flying around the office today because there's going to be a little internal party tournament kind of thing this afternoon.
That's right. We're going to be doing some demos for people in the office that don't have as close contact to the trading card games that the marketing and product development guys have the benefit.
Believe it or not,
having.
there are people in Decipher that are not game players.
That's right. People in accounting and people in the IT department and
even some of the people in our art department. You know, they work so hard on the images and don't know the games particularly well. So
we have a responsibility to kind of teach them the gameplay and let them see what happens at Jedi Knights tournaments or what will be happening at Jedi Knights tournaments. Then we're going to be able to actually open up some product and play the game.
Good. So looking forward to that. Speaking of parties, there are actually going to be a series of pre-release parties, which is one of the things that you and the others are working on today.
Yep, Kyle is working hard on that with Kevin and Sean right now, and they are setting up a series of basically pre-release events happening across North America.
Right, United States and Canada.
Yep, that will take place the weekend before release.
This is going to be on the 21st and 22nd.
That's right. We will certainly be posting information, I'd say early next week about the details. But think of it as more of a party demo atmosphere where you get to see the cards.
Yeah, as I understood talking to Kevin, it's not just a tournament. There's going to be demos going on. They're actually going to have hourly raffles there for winning cards. Yep. So there's all kinds of other activities.
Yep, and at each of these events, there will be a grand prize drawing at the end of the event for a full booster box of first day issue Jedi Knights. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, these are going to be pretty extraordinary tournaments. So events.
Yep.
See. Freudian slip there. So definitely watch early next week when that information comes out.
Yep.
Also, you wanted to talk a little bit about the leagues for Jedi Knights.
Yep, our league program is a big part of our push for Jedi Knights, and things are looking real good for the league program right now. We expect that the league will trail the release of the product by a couple of weeks, which is going to give people basically an opportunity to get out there, get to their retailers and their clubhouses and sample the product and make their decisions about Jedi Knights, which, of course, we're all hoping will be good decisions, and then get involved in the leagues. So we wanted to talk a little bit about how you, as the players, can take control of that and get your retailers or your clubhouses to get involved. Basically, we posted some information on the web just in the past couple of days about Jedi Knights Leagues, showed you some of the cards that are going to be
there were exclusive cards for the leagues.
Yeah, so actually on the day those posted, there was quite a bit of Jedi Knights card goodness going on the website. We were excited about that. So those cards are going to be in the league kits, and league members have an opportunity to earn those cards as they progress through the league. But the point of this is that there is some key information about getting involved in the league and the cost of the league kits and contact information there. So if you're listening, take that information down. If you want your retailer to get involved, have them give me a call. We'll get them into the program and go from there, and you should be playing in the Jedi Knights League in no time at all.
Yeah, from day one, really, here's a chance to be making more players for you to play the game with.
Yeah, so, you know, we all know that we talked the Jedi Knights talk for quite a while, and it's finally here. A lot of people still have a bit of a bad taste in their mouth about the delay, but there's a lot of reasons behind that, and now we're ready to kind of tip our hand to you guys. We put a lot of work into all the programs around Jedi Knights, and I think it's going to be a pretty big splash when it happens.
Well, and I know some people won't take my word for it because I'm an insider, but the game is really worth the wait. It's outstanding, and I'm sorry that it didn't come out when we had originally hoped, but I think people are really going to enjoy it. Different flavor from the earlier games, and really enjoyable.
Yep, good gameplay.
Now, some of the other information that went up this week that has caused some discussion, I believe, information about the gold and silver foil stamping went up as well.
Yeah, there are quite a few collectible programs weaved into the card program itself, and the gold and silver foils are basically insert programs. They're a tiered insert program where the gold foils are the top tier and the silver foils just below that. In each of the booster boxes for Jedi Knights, you should expect, on average, that you're going to get one gold foil.
Okay.
For each of the 36, one gold foil per booster display box. So one.
Now that is an average.
Packs,
you could get more. You could get less.
Yep. And on average, you're going to see about 5 silver foils. Now each of those foils are part of the rare subset, so you're not going to see any gold or silver foils of commons and uncommons in the set. So that's a pretty neat chase program, and that's pretty standard with the sports card industry and some of the other programs that you all are used to out there. A couple of other collectible tiers. You all know about the stereoscopic images. Each of the rares.
In fact, we posted some for the first time on the website just this week.
Yeah, and so each one of those that you see is, well, each of the rares in the Jedi Knights Premier set is going to have a companion stereoscopic card. You collect both halves of the pair, and you'll be able to see those in 3D, and the work that the art department did on those is pretty outstanding.
I've seen posts of people who've been going cross-eyed staring at their monitors looking at them already.
An important note is that the pairs don't have different gameplay. They're not gameplay-oriented cards. They're just collectors-oriented cards, and
the images are quite similar too. You really do have to have them side by side to even notice the differences. They're very subtle to enable the stereoscopic effect, but essentially they are identical.
Yep.
It's just that you put them both together and bam, 3D.
Yep. You get a special treat from that. And these are much more than just basic two-dimensional images. They go a lot deeper than that, and there's no pun intended there.
Yeah, those of you who remember ViewMaster, this is not like that. It's true three-dimensional, which is allowed because of the rendering of CGI throughout the product.
Yep. Stereoscopic pairs. Let's see, we're moving on to
flip movies.
The flip groups of cards, flip movies. Here's the deal. You will find cards in the Jedi Knights Premier set that look fairly similar to other cards in the set. And what happens is each of those cards, I believe, is numbered with a special flip movie number.
In addition to their normal product number, in front of it, there is, for example, A17 or B6.
Yep.
And
so those sets of cards, those special subsets of cards, are going to be found throughout the product life, meaning the coming expansion sets. In the Premier set, you may find 4 or 5 of the cards in a set, but you're not going to get the entire set until you move through the rest of the expansion sets. But putting those cards together and flipping them like you would a flip book or a series of drawings will give you the animation that particular scene offers.
Right.
And they're pretty neat. There's one that is basically a trip through the Death Star trench.
Yes, I've seen that one.
Another one from the opening scene of A New Hope. It's really very, very cool. And again, this set of cards really has no effect on gameplay. You collect one or all of them as you would need them for gameplay, and the added benefit is that they also form a group that allows you to see that scene.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's really neat. And I guess really the last biggest piece of this program is the first day of printing.
Yes.
And the first day of printing is basically the equivalent of maybe picking up the first print of an old Beatles album or something. This product is the first product to come off the presses, and what we did to commemorate that was stamp that product with a hot stamp down in the bottom right corner of the picture or of the image on the card, indicating that it's first day of printing, and that's a
very select group.
Yeah. So one of the things I think that's going to be important for us to communicate is that the gold and silver foil stamp subsets are still included in the first day of printing booster boxes. You're going to be able to get your gold and silver cards in those. But a neat aspect of that is that the gold and silver foils found in those booster display boxes actually replace common and uncommon cards in the packs rather than replacing a rare. So actually the number of rares that you can get out of those first day booster boxes is going to be
slightly increased,
a little bit higher, and that's a good thing. So you find that first day of issue stuff out there, you might want to consider picking that up because you get first day rares and you get gold and silver rares, so that's pretty cool.
So there you go.
Yep, lots of neat programs.
Outstanding.
Yep.
Okay. So as we said, if you are looking for information on the pre-release parties, watch for that toward the beginning of next week, and keep your eyes as we're rolling out the 12 days to release.
That's right.
Very cool.
12 days of Jedi Knights. We're on day 8.
8.
Yep. So there you go.
Excellent.
Jedi Knight. I'm just looking forward to playing this afternoon.
Me too.
To be quite honest.
That's great.
So. All right, moving on.
Yeah, sure. I've got, of course, a little bit of Voyager to discuss. The busy week for Voyager. We threw up the ultra rare today, which I'm sure by now is going to have a lot of discussion about it. The Pandari champion. People, and not too many people had guessed it would be the Rock. There were some, but some smelled the Rock. Pun not intended. Who am I kidding? Pun intended.
Right.
So naturally, people are now going to want to know what's coming up next week. So I thought I'd give a couple of previews. There are going to be 2 main characters showing up in the cards you see next week. You're going to get your first taste of personnel who are not part of the 3 main affiliations represented in the set. There's going to be a Romulan personnel going up next week, Ferengi personnel going up next week, so some stuff for people who are playing our existing affiliations.
That's good.
Oh yeah, very good. Do you have a favorite affiliation?
Well, so far, including Voyager, I don't quite have a feel for the Kazon and the Vivian. The Kazon, to me, are, they just, the hair thing.
You can't get past the hair thing.
But I like it just very much on the surface. I like the colors. I think they blend well on this new set. I'd probably have to say I'm more of a darker side player, so Cardassians and Romulans. But from the new set, jury's still out for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned the colors, though. It seems that the Kazon color went over a little bigger than the Vidian color on the website, and I think partly because on the website the colors are slightly more limited than what are on press. There have been some people concerned that the Vidian color is a little similar to the Dominion color, and it is in the brown spectrum. As I said, it kind of looks like a spoiled olive or something, but on press, they are pretty distinct. We've had the proof sheets come back, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that sort of thing.
I am not the hardcore Star Trek player that many of you might be, and I had no problem distinguishing the two. I mean, there's really no question for me.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
What else can people look forward to next week?
Next week.
Yeah, next week. Well, we're actually going up to 3 Voyager cards a day next week, plus the extra that you will see on Wednesday, Voyager Day, so watch for that. And that's what we'll leave you with for today. So
good.
Anything else while we got you at the mic, Kendrick?
Well, let me see. Lots of tournament activity getting ready to happen
there
in
has
the next
been.
few months.
Yeah.
Well, and even currently, there's a lot going on out there, and that's good
States
news.
and nationals, and it's all still in progress.
Yep, absolutely.
This week will probably be a slower weekend with the Easter holiday.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't seen Kyle's and the rest of the guys' spreadsheets about the timing of the events, but a little break probably wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Got some info coming up soon about Sprint Championships. Those of you that are wondering what's happening with that, we're going to roll out the program for sprints and let you know how we're going to be handling those, and I think that's going to be pretty neat too. So suffice to say that there is benefit to work hard to be that sprint leader,
Good deal.
as it's called, before the event that we're going to roll out.
Okay.
So there you go. Look for information on that next week.
Okay. Well, speaking of the Easter weekend, then, I will leave you guys with a special request that Kevin made of us before we came on to record this. We've been talking about holidays a lot in the office here with Easter and Good Friday today, and they noticed on their calendar that April 28th is, in Canada, the National Day of Mourning. And we have a few Canadian contacts, and we've asked them, what is the National Day of Mourning? What is it that you are mourning? And nobody has been able to answer. So we're putting out the call to any Canadians or anyone else who can write Kevin R. at Decipher.com and tell him what the National Day of Mourning is all about.
And if it's a National Day of Mourning, why is it a holiday?
Yeah, good question, man.
Should be like a work day, shouldn't it?
There you go. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Have a good weekend.